know, so the voting laws are coming to the states. Each state has their own laws, and that tell you probably less federal law. But you know, if you ever get on an airplane, you got to have that. If you're going to go to the store and buy a six-pack of beer, you probably have to have that. You probably don't. Maybe they wouldn't cover me. I don't know. But you got to have an ID for everything. I have to think one of those sacred privileges we have is voting. And to protect that, I don't understand the pushback. What it is, obviously, voting laws are not states. Yes, sir.
I've got a lot of questions along those lines, and I sure want to answer this. Hillary Clinton excused for 10,000 because she never was sworn in. And then how could she draw a salary if she was never sworn in? That'd be like not being sworn in as a mayor or sworn in as a president or anything else.
When did she say she was?
She said her excuse was that she never was sworn in on the job. That was an excuse.
No, she had.
Right on the original, that was her excuse.
Okay, well, maybe she was. Not, I mean, she was sworn in as far as.
According to her, she was. That was her excuse.
I never heard that.
She didn't do anything about that job. I bet you can go back and find the tape.
Okay. No, it was common knowledge the first day that it was a terrorist attack in Benghazi. And I will tell you, the committees in the House of Representatives are not going to stop developing the answers to what happened. We've got.
We had 8 hours, they had 8 hours notice, and they only had 40 miles to go.
Well, and there were, we had assets there that could have been used to meet. And why they told them to stand down, I don't know.
That would have been the sun, they would have been right there.
But she was sworn in as Secretary of State.
According to her, she was.
Yes, hi.
Back to the immigration, I know you mentioned a little bit, but as for like the 11 million immigrants that are already here, what are your thoughts on, I mean, like, some for like their legal status, maybe trying to get a green card, or the younger folks that are here, maybe if they go to school, get an education, that type of things. What do you see kind of, maybe Congress or your views on that going forward?
What will happen in the House? First of all, it's going to be focused on taking this for a reason.
Yeah, I just wanted to have the answer. That's
Congress is going to, the House is going to first focus on, of course, border security. Okay, and we'll have the ability to do that. There will be another piece of legislation that will address employers and enforcement of the law. About 40% of the people who are here today illegally or undocumented, they're returning like came here legally, came here with documentation, and basically have just overstayed their visas. We have no way of tracking those people today, which has got to be addressed, I think, before we can proceed farther on. To your point, I think there will be, and the majority leader is a huge proponent of this, to find some way of addressing the young people who came here. If you're a baby and taken over the border, they've been here for 20 years, that we've got to address that. So, Kids Act, whatever you want to call it. So I think you'll see action on that. Now, how that will tie together with the Senate when we get done, there's no way the House is going to allow anything that doesn't address the border security issue first. We can't repeat what happened back in '86, where we gave amnesty to all the 3 million people at that time and did not enforce the employer part of it, did not secure the border, which is also part of that law. So again, we've got to make sure that that happens first. Yes, sir.
There can't one American go down to Mexico unless he gets arrested or locked up. But worse than we can let 5,000 come back across this way. There's something wrong there. There's a guy from Atlantic here went down there on a trip with a group. It's one of the resort areas. And he only got a half a block from the resort area, and they wanted to look at something. They got locked up. So we're actually that weak that can't one of us go down there, but 5,000 can come across this way. There's something wrong with that picture.
Well, we don't, that's
I mean, we just want them to do it. We just let them do it. There's something wrong with that picture.
no, we have to secure the border.
Well, how do they secure their border? How come there's so much
Well,
stuff?
there's not a whole flood of people wanting to go to Mexico.
Yeah, but one does. One does.
A lot of people want to come here.
There's something wrong with that picture.
Well, and if you look at the immigration laws that a country like Mexico has, their big problem is securing the border basically in the south, essentially Americans coming in, trying to get to the U.S. through Mexico. And if they find it there, they are arrested immediately. And
We got enough immigration laws, but we don't enforce them. That's what the problem is. They don't do any good making any more laws. They don't enforce the ones we got.
as I said, they know the laws that are on the books that were passed in '86. If they were fully enacted, we wouldn't have the problem we do today.
We just want them, we just let them, we want them to come across. That's what we do.
Well, there's has been a huge economic incentive for,
The reason American people won't do the Mexican job because the government's paying Americans not to work. I took a trip to West Virginia a couple of years ago and was talking to a guy who runs the restaurant. He's got a neighbor there, 25 years old, and there's nothing wrong with him. He does everything with book. He gets $3,500 a month from the government for disability. That's why they won't work.
35.
$3,500 a month. That's why the Americans won't work. The government's paying them not to work. The young people, a lot of the young people should be working. There's so many things messed up with the government, and after everything goes so far, I don't know if we'll ever get anything straightened out. It's what we want.
Yes, sir.
What do you see coming up in the next, to the end of the year? Tell us about your agenda.
Well, certainly through October, it's going to be very much consumed with appropriations, with the end of the fiscal year, then in September, whether there's the funding issues. What I think that see happening is there'll be a continued resolution that will continue to fund the government probably until, say, early December. In the meantime, the debt ceiling issue is going to come to a head, and that has got to be addressed. We cannot default as far as our obligations to money we've already spent or money we've already borrowed to default on those obligations. But that is also the biggest issue with the administration, with Congress. The administration absolutely hates any idea of cutting spending to begin with, but the sequester is something that is very, very big on their agenda. Now, I want to maintain those spending reductions, but to do it with a sequester is not an intelligent way of doing it, because there are programs that should be eliminated, there's programs that should be and maybe have to be some air traffic controllers, things like that, where we have contracts that we have to increase. You can't prioritize anything. It's just a meat axe approach. We need to get the savings. But the administration, I think, is going to find, without maintaining those savings and without looking at some of the mandatory accounts, that it's going to be very difficult to have any kind of a deal to raise the debt ceiling. That's where the real pressure is with the administration and that, yeah. But shutting down, in my mind, shutting down the government in September is not productive at all. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. I don't think I think it hurts us more than it helps. It certainly, again, I go back to the men and women in uniform and the veterans whose benefits would be eliminated, their health care.
You might not favor this, of course, but it has worked.
Oh, it certainly has cut spending. Absolutely. You know, and if people don't understand, we've cut $100 billion of discretionary spending. The discretionary portion of the budget, go back, and that's about a third of the budget, and half of that or more is defense spending. The rest is mandatory, about $250 billion interest, and all the rest is the entitlement, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, farm bill, highway bill, mandatory spending. And that is what is growing at 7, 8, 9% a year, simply not sustainable. So until we address the mandatory portion of the budget, it's not what we do on the discretionary doesn't matter. Yes, sir.
We're giving trillions of dollars to 35 different countries. What good is that doing? Where's that get?
Well, we're not giving trillions of dollars, but you know, several tens of billions of dollars in aid.
Why that's more?
I mean,
It's a lot of money.
Right, but I mean,
What
over
would you do?
probably the last 50 years, we've been given $1 trillion. But
a lot of the countries are against us. What good is that doing?
well, I think you would see in place that, and I'm not the last person to defend a lot of foreign aid that goes on, because I don't agree with some of it, a lot of it. People like Israel, our ally in the Middle East, if it wasn't for our, and that's basically military foreign aid, and those, what they buy from, what they get as far as military comes from the U.S. So it's,
Yeah, we're even giving aid to Pakistan, some of them big ones.
well, to the military, and in Egypt, I will also tell you, Egypt would be taken over entirely by very radical Muslims today if, in fact, we didn't have a very close relationship with the Egyptian military. It's the one admired stabilizing force, if there is one in Egypt today. Pakistan, they have nuclear weapons. The one thing that keeps them from being radicalized is the military and our relationship. Just to give somebody money with no purpose, obviously, is not smart. But all the Egyptian military has all been trained in the U.S. You go to the War College in Washington, D.C., and there's Egyptians. All of their military hierarchy generals are all U.S. trained, and there's a very close relationship, which is a real benefit today.
That food for oil thing years ago too. The poor people didn't get any of that food. Saddam Hussein ended up with semis and semi-loads of American money out of that food for oil thing.
Well,
There's no oversight. There's no oversight in that money we give to other countries. We just give it.
no, to give dictators in countries just some money to make them happy.
Yeah, there ought to be some oversight when that don't happen.
And there's a big push in Congress to, rather than give countries our corn and wheat, to give them cash. I'm sorry, but do you think the poverty-stricken individual in that country is going to see any of that?
Well, that's why there ought to be, there's no use giving it to them. If they don't get it, there's no use dictators are gonna get it.
Exactly right.
He's not oversight.
I'm
Yes,
sure that a lot of that money going to Egypt is used to keep the Suez Canal open.
Right.
The military keeps that flowing. If we lose that, shut that down, then pretty soon, the whole
Without,
world's gonna be short of oil.
without some stability in Egypt, Israel is in real trouble also. They have at least tried to honor their treaty with Israel.
Is Obamacare gonna go just through and they're just gonna, everything's gonna be wonderful?
What you're gonna, or, no, it's just amazing to me to see how many exceptions they've had to make and delays. And there have been, I think, about 7 different reforms that have been passed through Congress and changes to the President's health care bill. We need, and we will be voting on the financial services appropriations bill when it gets to the floor in September to prohibit the Health and Human Services Department from transferring money to Treasury to go to the IRS to enforce it. So in essence, without the enforcement mechanism, without funding, they can't. Well, he's already said that they're not going to verify anybody's income. Boy, I tell you, just put out that press release. That really tells people you have to be honest, right? And they, and we have voted, or the president delayed the employer mandate, in which we had a bill to codify that. And we got 35 Democrats. We had another vote to delay the individual mandate. I don't know why corporations do it, but individuals don't. And we got 22 Democrats.
So don't you feel most of that is just put in 2015, so then we'll find out what's really gonna happen on?
There's an election next year, so you get it. Yeah. But, no, it's, the technology is not in place for these exchanges. It simply is not ready for prime time law. And that's why 85% of the cost of it, though, is mandatory spending. So as far as the discretionary part that we vote on appropriations is only 15%. But we're trying to lift the funding prohibition, as far as blocking, again, the transfer to the IRS to enforce it. But most of it, whether we do anything or not, is going to go on because 85% is mandatory spending. We need to repeal the IPAD, this independent payment advisory board. That will have no, Congress has no oversight, the executive branch or the courts have any oversight of this board to determine on Medicare what they'll pay for and what they won't pay for. There's a tax on medical devices, which is basically driving innovation and technology out of the United States at a very, very rapid rate right now, because it's become so expensive to do those things here. That needs to be repealed. And there's bipartisan support to do this. And we have passed it in the House. It's very frustrating. The Senate just does not seem to want to pick these up.
We're out of time, Congressman.
We don't. Yes, sir.
Is this a rumor or is it, they claim a year or so ago that the United States sold Russia some far off the line. Did they actually sell Russia 2 or 3 islands off the Aleutian Islands?
I have never heard that.
That's what was told them to do. We supplied to that bought.
Right.
We wouldn't have no business out on 2 or 3 islands.
I've never heard, there's never been a discussion you, you listen to me.
No, I've done the 8 told tomorrow.
Oh, that's okay. That's good. All right, I guess it's time. Thank you very much for coming this morning. Please stay in touch. We have a representational form of government that I need to hear from you to go back to Washington.
Thanks for coming.
Sure. Thank